Alright, let's start with a question that sounds like sci-fi, but is brutally real. What if I told you humanity is now the single most powerful geobiological force on Earth, right up there with the evolution of photosynthesis or the Cambrian Explosion? Yep, we're talking about a species that's barely been around for 0.01% of Earth's history, yet we've triggered what some call the seventh revolution. But how did we get here? And more importantly, what does it mean to hold that kind of power without a user manual? Let's unpack this. Let's rewind 4 billion years. Earth starts off as a dead rock, right? No life, no atmosphere, just molten chaos. Then comes the first metabolic revolution, single-celled organisms figuring out how to eat and reproduce. Personally, I think this is the most underrated plot twist in history. Imagine being the first organism to crack metabolism, like a cosmic hacker exploiting chemical gradients to stay alive. But here's the kicker. These microbes weren't just surviving, they were terraforming. By spewing oxygen as waste, they accidentally triggered the Great Oxygenation Event. That's irony for you. Life's first waste product nearly wipes out most life on Earth. Sound familiar? Now, fast forward a few billion years. Cyanobacterious oxygen spills into the atmosphere, creating an ozone layer. Suddenly, life can move to the ocean's surface and go wild. But what many forget is that oxygen was both a miracle and a menace. It's like if someone handed you a flamethrower to cook dinner. Sure, it works, but now you've got wildfires. Same here. Oxygen enabled complex life, but also locked Earth into a feedback loop of atmospheric chaos. And that's the pattern, isn't it? Every revolution solved one problem while creating new ones. Which brings me to the Anthropocene. China's current energy paradox is the perfect metaphor. They're building more coal plants and more solar farms than anyone else. On paper, it's schizophrenic. But dig deeper and it's the same story Earth has told 6 times before. A species, us, exploiting a metabolic niche, fossil fuels, until we hit a wall, then scrambling to adapt. The twist? This time, the wall is our own atmosphere. Unlike cyanobacteria, though, we know the math. We've got Cape Grim's data showing CO2 levels skyrocketing from 330 ppm in 1976 to, well, wherever we're at now. And yet, we're still choosing both the fire and the sprinklers. Why? Because transitions are messy. Just ask the trilobites after the Cambrian Explosion. Which leads me to a pet theory. Habitat gardens aren't just about saving bees. They're practice for planetary responsibility. People freak out about weeds or mosquitoes, but what they're really resisting is ceding control. Same resistance we see in climate denialism. But here's the thing. Earth's history isn't about control. It's about adaptation. Those who thrived weren't the strongest, but the ones who hacked matter and energy best. Today, that's us. The question isn't whether we'll trigger another metabolic revolution, it's whether we'll do it intentionally or accidentally. Like, say, the cyanobacteria who poisoned their world with oxygen. Or the dinosaurs who didn't see the asteroid coming. So here's my closing thought. Every revolution Angus lists was irreversible. The Anthropocene isn't just another one, it's the first where the revolutionaries can reflect on their impact. We're the first life form with a front-row seat to our own geobiological experiment. The irony? We might be the first to blow it and the first who could save it. What's your take? Drop a comment, let's nerd out about humanity's cosmic responsibility.